Gökböri, or Muzaffar ad-Din Gökböri Muzaffar ad-Din, was a leading emir and general of Sultan Saladin. He served both the Zengid and Ayyubid rulers of Syria and Egypt. He played a pivotal role in Saladin's conquest of Muslim Syria and later held major commands in a number of battles against the Crusader states and the forces of the Third Crusade. Origins and early life. Gökböri, whose name means blue wolf in Old Turkish, was the son of Zeyn ad-Din Ali Kuchuk, the governor of Erbil in northern Iraq. Gökböri's ancestry was Turkoman and his forebears were associated with the Seljuk Turks. On the death of his father in August 1168, the 14-year-old Gökböri succeeded to the lordship of Erbil. However, the Atabeg of Erbil, Kaimaz, deposed Gökböri in favor of his younger brother, Zeyn ad-Din Yusuf. Gökböri, exiled from his city, eventually took service with the Zengid prince Saif ad-Din Ghazi ibn Murad of Mosul. The lord of Mosul granted Gökböri the city of Harran as a fief. Gökböri aids Saladin's conquest of northern Syria and upper Mesopotamia. In the meantime, Saladin, originally a subject of Enwar ad-Din, the Zengid ruler of Syria, had made himself master of Egypt. Saladin was ambitious to unite Egypt and Syria under his rule, and turned against his former master Enwar ad-Din. In 1175, following the death of Enwar ad-Din, Gökböri commanded the right wing of the Zengid army defeated by Saladin at the Horns of Hammer. During the battle, the right wing of the Zengid army broke Saladin's left flank, before being routed in turn by a charge of Saladin's guard. Following this defeat, and the continuing lack any unifying figure in the mold of Enwar ad-Din, Gökböri realized that Zengid power was on the wane in Syria and the Jazira, and he made the momentous decision to defect to Saladin. His support for Saladin was instrumental in the defeat of the remnants of Zengid power. In 1185, when Saladin, with Gökböri, was campaigning against his ad-Din Masud, the Zengid ruler of Mosul, Saladin became gravely ill. He was nursed back to health in Gökböri's castle at Harran. In 1186 the war ended, when his ad-Din Masud agreed to become Saladin's vassal. Following the conquest of northern Syria and the Jazira, Saladin added Edessa and Samsat to Gökböri's lands. He was then given Saladin's sister, Alcit Rabia Khatun, in marriage. War against the Crusader states. Gökböri became known as a reliable and skilled military leader. Saladin's secretary, the historian Imad ad-Din al-Isfahani, described him as, the audacious, the hero of well-thought-out projects, the lion who hid straight for the target, the most reliable and firmest chief. In Saladin's campaigns against the Crusader states, Gökböri was given important commands. At the Battle of Hattin he led an army of 707,000 which defeated a Christian army containing a large contingent from the military orders. The Christian army was destroyed and the master of the Knights Hospitaller, Roger de Moulins, was killed. Gökböri's finest military achievement was at the Battle of Hattin, where he commanded the left of the Ayyubid army. Saladin commanded the center and his nephew, Taqi ad-Din, the right. This battle saw the destruction of army of the Kingdom of Jerusalem, leading to the fall of the greater part of the kingdom, including the holy city of Jerusalem, to Saladin. Ibn Khaldun describes how Gökböri and Saladin's nephew stood firm when the rest of the army was fleeing. They rallied the Ayyubid forces and led them in a counter-attack which decided the battle. Later life. On the death of his brother, Zeyn ad-Din Yusuf, in 1190 during the siege of Acre, Gökböri petitioned Saladin for the return of his paternal inheritance of the city of Erbil. He received Erbil and Sharozah, but surrendered Edessa, Harran and Samsat, which were granted to Taqi ad-Din. Gökböri remained the ruler of Erbil until his death. He was a devout Sunni Muslim and built extensively in his domains for both the spiritual and corporeal needs of his subjects, creating a religious college, the Dar al-Hadith al-Muzaffariya, Sufi convents, a traveller's inn, and a number of establishments for the blind, orphans and widows. He was particularly noted as a fervent celebrator of Mawlid, a ceremonial recitation of praise poems celebrating the Prophet Muhammad, on the anniversary of his birth. Those organized by Gökböri were preceded by hunting parties and lavish sacrifices. This has been seen by later commentators as representing a level of syncretism with pre-Islamic, traditional Turkish practices called Sigir and Sholan. In old age he campaigned against the Mongols during the first approaches to Mesopotamia, which they were soon to overrun and devastate. Falling ill, he returned to Erbil, where he died in June 1233. Bibliography: Baha ad-Din Yusuf ibn Shaddad, trans. C.W. Wilson Saladin A What Befell Sultan Yusuf, Palestine Pilgrims Text Society, London. Chagatai, N. The tradition of Mawlid recitations in Islam, particularly in Turkey, Studia Islamica, No. 28, Maisonuf, Anam, La Rose, Ibn Khalikan Kitab Wafat Aliyun Ibn Khalikan's Biographical Dictionary, Transil. By Guillaume, Baron Macacandus Lane, Volume 2, Paris. Nicholson, H. Chronicle of the Third Crusade, a translation of the Itinerarium Peregrinorum Agesta Regis Ricardi, Ashgate. Nicholson, H. and Nicole, D. God's Warriors, Knights Templar, Saracens and the Battle for Jerusalem, Osprey Publishing. Nicole, D. A Crusades, Osprey Publishing. Runciman, Stephen, A History of the Crusades, Volume 2, The Kingdom of Jerusalem and the Frankish East, 1100 to 1187. Cambridge, United Kingdom, Cambridge University Press.